Today, the moon is in Gemini, and yesterday we had a Taurus new moon that began a month process of manifestation. So, if you were with me yesterday, we talked about how to work with the Taurus moon cycle, and today, with the moon in Gemini, we've got some new information for you. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro vibe for Saturday, May 20th. And today, as I mentioned, the moon is in Gemini. So yesterday's Taurus new moon was the beginning of a moon cycle. And I invited you yesterday to join me for a month of manifestation, working with this very results-oriented moon cycle. And so we did have 5 planets in Taurus for a couple of days, and with the new moon now, the moon has changed signs. It changed signs yesterday after the new moon to go into Gemini. So we're going to talk today about what that means and how that helps us with this manifestation process. And we're also looking today at the planet Mars shifting into Leo. So Mars, remember, is in this T-square. It's opposing Pluto. It is squaring Jupiter. And with Mars in that position, it's creating this stress, this tension, this challenge that is pushing us to become something new. That is what a T-square does. It challenges us to take our game to the next level. So if you're feeling any pressure, it's really an invitation or an opportunity to shift, to see things differently, to step into more of what you are capable of. So stop underestimating yourself and your ability to create the results you want, because that is the message of Jupiter in Taurus. And so you are able to create results, and that's what we're going to be doing here and working on together. So what does Mars going into Leo do with that T-square? The T-square is still there. The pressure is still there. What it means is that as Mars changes signs, we are less focused on emotions. And that emotional reactivity that I've been talking about recently, that kind of flying off the handle from a place of being triggered emotionally or having emotions come up. And so as Mars goes into Leo, we have more of that energy going into self-expression. So needing to speak our truth, needing to put things into tangible expression, whether that's art or creativity or simply being able to say what you need to say. It's finding your audience, it's sharing, it is letting people see and hear you for who you are. And so the way that we are going to move forward now, which is what Mars is about, it's about how we take action, how we move forward in the world, how we need to get things started, get things going, and do it. And so Mars going into Leo means that we will need to do more of that in the area of self-expression, of creativity, and putting our energy and efforts into creative projects, creative ways of being in the world. What is it that you have to share? And practicing sharing it, even if it's not perfect, even if you don't know how to do it, just do it, try it, get it out there. If that's for you, drawing or painting or singing or dancing or whatever that looks like for you, do your art, do your creative work, put the words on paper, whatever it is, and however that needs to be expressed. Because when you start by trying something, then you can perfect it from there, right? So we've got the Mars in Leo energy saying, splash the paint onto the canvas. And then later when Mars goes into Virgo, we'll tweak it and we'll make it just exactly right. But for now, we're in that, like, just do it, just try it, just go for it phase of self-expression and how we move forward. Okay, so that T-square is happening, right? It's pressure to believe in ourselves, pressure to try things, pressure to transform in the way that we see ourselves as capable of creating results. And then we have the energy of Taurus and the Taurus moon cycle that began yesterday, and doing the gratitude practice that I shared with you yesterday. So hopefully you've been setting your intentions. If you haven't, definitely check out yesterday's video about how to do that, because this is a potent and powerful moon cycle for manifestation. So we want to start with setting intentions and knowing what we want to manifest. So yesterday's video will give you tips on how to do that. You might want to rewatch it. And then for today, the moon going into Gemini brings that place of where we have planted the seeds, where we have stated our intentions, gotten clear, or at least, made that first attempt to state what we want, because it could evolve, it could clarify over time. So we just need to start somewhere. And then the moon going into Gemini allows us to think in the new ways we might need to think to manifest what it is we want. So what is the new thinking we might need? What is the old thinking? And if the old thinking is feelings of powerlessness, feelings of I've tried this a million times and it's never worked, thoughts about not being good enough, thoughts about it not being something you can have for whatever reason, whatever your reasons are. Notice how those show up, because those are the old thinking. And the Gemini moon invites us to bring in new thinking, to bring in new ways of thinking. So how can you reframe? And sometimes it's hard to see, right? We want to say to ourselves, oh, that's not something I can have because of X, Y, and Z. Well, no, that's a limited way of thinking, right? That's not something I can have because of X, Y, and Z could become, well, that could be something I could have if X, Y, and Z, or I am waiting for X, Y, and Z to shift, or I am open to X, Y, and Z to shift, or I have not yet noticed how it is shifting, or something that is a reframe of the limited thinking. Because whenever we have a limitation in thinking, we have, by definition, some different ways of thinking about that are outside of the limitations. So another way to say that is we get into a box with our routines, our habits, our patterns, and that includes feelings and thoughts and beliefs. And in that routine, we are inside of a box. We know how things work there. It's comfortable in a certain way because we know what to expect and we know how to manage it, but it doesn't allow us to expand. So the thinking that comes from outside the box is what allows us to shift, to change, and to begin to step into new ways of thinking and beliefs that are going to help us manifest results. So what is your inside the box version? What is your comfort zone? What is your old way of thinking that allows you to understand how things work and know what to expect? And then how can you shift that? How can you think about it differently? How could you open to, another way of thinking about that is like, what is the silver lining in this situation? And that brings us to our gratitude practice. So if you are joining me in the gratitude challenge that I posed yesterday, then today is a new day. So make sure that you put down your thing that you're grateful for today. And like I said, it could be a journal, it could be a spreadsheet, it could be note cards. Note cards are kind of cool because it's almost kind of like you could make your own angel cards, little note cards with what you're grateful for, and you can put them and shuffle them and then pull one, later on when you want to remember what you're grateful for. That's another idea. But whatever you do, make sure that you are identifying one thing that you're grateful for each day. And this is helping to open your heart. It's helping you to expand into new ways of thinking that are grounded in the feeling of gratitude, which is the feeling of receiving the things you want. So if you feel like sharing what you're grateful for in the comments, that would be awesome. You don't have to share, but definitely let me know that you're doing it and that how this is going for you. And we'll continue as we go through the different moon signs this month and work with the energy of the waxing moon as we head to the Sagittarius full moon on June 3rd. And we'll have an opportunity for prizes and just making it fun, right? And we're doing this, we're supporting each other, we're making it fun. So my ask of you is that you invite a friend to join you if that feels right for you, or to share one of my videos with someone you know, and help us get the word out there. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Ormes. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure that you get these videos each day to follow us and to get support as we go through this moon cycle and do your process of manifestation. And you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. You can get mini readings and more from me there. Thanks again for being here. We are here with the astrology for unshakable self-care. So we'll keep going, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.